Welcome to our project for IBW 2020, an inquiry into Neo-Typologies. An overview of the content goes as follows. With site analysis, we marked out Orchard's traits and characteristics. The most interesting characteristic we picked out from the site at Orchard Road was how much value it has for experiential shopping, where people are there to spend time with each other and enjoy the space. The concept revolves around the notion of rebirth, to fall, floated to eternity, a metropolis reconstructed. Rebirth is adopted as the main focus, to rise from the ashes to become something greater. A cycle of life and embracing death, to put it simply. We saw Orchard Road as this fading metropolis is losing its shine as a premier shopping district compared to the late 90s. Our project is envisioned to be an agent to support the different surrounding buildings of Orchard to help them transcend to the next stage of the cycle to prosper in a post-digital era. Similarly, it acts as a vessel that gives life to new entities. We then integrate our idea inception process. Method 1 starts off by us redefining the idea of a mixed-use building by regrouping different programs. It is then followed by computation. Here is a summary of our building components. The main idea is to create a bond between retail and residential to rebirth a habitat aimed at families and the creative class of the future. This is our computational workflow, split into site survey, design, and production. Delving into some of our key challenges, we had our differences in ideas and priorities, but the bigger issue was the limited physical collaboration due to the COVID situation, and we were forced to communicate online during the most crucial parts of the design stage. Moreover, the limited learning resources was a struggle for our young team. Nevertheless, we got to witness the beauty that comes about with the collaboration of engineering with architecture, and it exposed us to a whole new world of softwares. For massing optimization, the Wallacey tool for Grasshopper was used to optimize the initial form with the help of 3 objectives: maximizing radiation, floor area, and views. The decoding spaces tool for Grasshopper was used to optimize efficiency and porosity of retail stores, resulting in a recreation of marketplace and maximizing opportunities for free wandering. With the aid of Dynaspace on Dynamo and the Excel sheet, it identified the estimated location of the central core, 3 colonies, and small programs. The 3 colonies, namely sustenance, body and soul, and play. Lunchbox tool for Grasshopper was used to model out the external and internal diagrid structure of the central core. Autodesk Flow was used to run the wind analysis, which helped us optimize the location of the spheres. This ensures that ventilation is maximized in the 3 colonies. Moving on to our design development. Here is the site plan with our proposed landscape included. This is the basement automated car park. The 3rd story shows the intersection of all zones and colonies. As it goes higher to the 17th floor, there is a swimming pool, jacuzzi together with the service apartment units. The service core is in the center. Co-working tech offices sparsely fill the central core. A vertical delivery system for transporting goods and purchases. The unit distribution of the service apartments are made up of 24.3% 1 bedroom. Here are some schematic plans. Moving on to the 2 bedrooms with 50%, 4.3% multi-generational units, and 4.4% of 4 bedroom units. This is an interior visual of a unit. Let us take you through the commercial spaces in the building. In the Body and Soul colony, there's a spa and a jacuzzi accessible by both service apartment guests and other patrons. A playground is designed to allow kids to play with their parents or grandparents. The idea was to create a cohesive environment for young families. Themed family parks like Kidzania are able to take up spaces in the play colony. Descending back to Body and Soul, it is designed to allow some light in to set a calming mood to allow patrons to find some spiritual comfort. This is when technology takes over. The Internet of Things is a fundamental aspect of a smart city. A few of our implementations would be the zonal occupational monitoring, big data analytics, image recognition and heat mapping, and the BLE beacon technology. Shopping in a post-digital world will have physical stores act as the extension of their mobile app. Other features include much faster payment systems where one can walk out of the purchase. Customer recognition is implemented to personalize the experience, but also with the help of self-checkout kiosks. Retail outlets will now be able to use drones as a vessel for transportation. The internal structure for the delivery tubes and drones are as shown. Introducing the mobile app. It is to cater to the developers, shareholders, apartment guests, and shoppers. A store voting system is in place to keep owners informed of the trends and their performance levels. An application will be invented to provide a smooth car parking experience. Applications can also be used to keep updates on events held in the esports arena located at the Play Colony. AR and VR arcades are also accessible to the public as they rise in popularity and demand.
When designing the green building, we applied the new STEP strategy developed by Delft University of Technology. In our design, local circumstances such as the climate and facilities were first identified and then generated on-site to minimize the dependency on energy produced by fossil fuel. The daylighting performance of the space is analyzed with the software called DIVA. This is the simulation of one of the marketplaces, which has a facade made of smart glass. The result shows that it can be operated with daylight during 50% of its operating time, with a target illuminance of 750 lux. With the help of Ladybug, we were able to conduct solar analysis on the exterior facade to further minimize solar heat gain. The slide above depicts the shadow cast at different parts of the day for the June and December solstice. This is an overview of the key features that have been integrated into the building. An underfloor air distribution network is chosen. On top of that, we hope to cut down electricity usage by using VVVF regenerative lifts, which can save up to 80% of the energy used by lifts. The building supports a heat stacking effect in an effort to naturally ventilate spaces so as to reduce the reliance on air conditioning. Rainwater is harvested from the rooftop and facades. It will subsequently be used for the building's flushing needs and irrigation. Being in the tropics, solar energy is widely available on-site and will be harvested with polycrystalline photovoltaic cells. An integrated photovoltaic glass skylight will be used for the roof of the core using software such as Helioscope. The peak capacity of the PV system is estimated at 120 kilowatts. After land surveys and site planning works are executed, a top-down basement construction shall commence to allow for superstructure works to begin concurrently. The voids used to transport material will be converted into the shaft for the car lift. Subsequently, the shear walls of the passenger lift core and the columns of the steel diagrid will be established. With our unique parametrically defined structure, a 3D printed fused deposition modeling process using steel fiber reinforced concrete was favoured. Next, our precast, pre-finished lightweight steel residential units will be installed, followed closely by the shell structures of the spheres below. With considerations for sustainable materials, we have chosen to use steel as a primary building material as well as cutting-edge electrochromic glass to be installed in our facade. By standardizing our building's main structural members within the three most common sizes, a preliminary evaluation showed that we would be able to achieve a 103 buildability score. With environmental performance of our mixed development at the heart of our design, mankind's quest for utopia will never halt at a final destination. One can do it right, and it still will never last forever. This project seeks to serve an evolutionary study befitting the near future that leaves blissfully when the time comes. Let us now launch into the inquiry of Neo-Typologies and what the future holds.
I remember like it was yesterday. The panic, the hysteria, and then the acceptance. Are you ready? Good luck! time.